I'll be taking a look at the Google Nexus 7 tablet. This tablet will run you $200. You can get this in a variety of flavors. They do make this tablet for $200 and $250. The main difference being storage. One's 8 gig and one's 16. Of course, you will pay $250 for 16 gigabyte, but I highly do recommend you get the 16 gigabyte just because there's no external memory card slots on this model. It's all internal memory, so you can't expand the memory at a later time. You're stuck with what's ever in the box, basically, or in the tablet. And both of the versions of this tablet do look exactly the same. For $250, you're not getting a different color like white or black. They're both black. They only make this in one model, no different colors. You're only stuck with one color. So anyway, this is the Google Nexus 7 tablet. It has a 7-inch screen on the front of the device, and it's running a 1280 x 800 HD display with 216 ppi. It is a very crisp screen. It's not the best screen on the market like the iPad or anything, but it will get the job done, of course. It isn't a bad screen. It's definitely high definition. It is a very good screen, but don't expect anything like the Retina display or anything. There are better looking screens on the market, but this one has a very good screen for the price. You do get 1 gigabyte of RAM with this, and the CPU on this is a whopping quad-core Tegra 3 processor, which is good for gaming and multitasking. I'll demonstrate that later. And the battery in here is a whopping 4,325 milliampere. It's supposed to get you 9 hours of HD video playback, 10 hours of web browsing, 10 hours of e-reading, and 300 hours of standby. I've used this constantly for one day, and I was only able to get about through half the day, maybe, I would say maybe 6 or 7 hours with constant use. If you're only using it here and there, you should get at least 2 full days out of this tablet. It is a very good battery in the tablet. So anyway, here's the tablet. Here's what it looks like. On the front, you do got that 7-inch display, and the display on the Google Nexus 7 is actually made out of Gorilla Glass, which is very good. It's supposed to be scratch resistant, of course. And then there is a big bezel around the screen. You may not like that, but there is a bezel. You can't see it on camera because it does blend in with the screen. It is a black bezel, but when you do use the device, you will notice the black bezel around the unit. On the front of the device, you do got a 7-inch, excuse me, not 7-inch. You do got a 1.3 megapixel camera on the front of the device. If you only got one camera on this device, they had to cut back somewhere because it's only $200. But you do only get one camera. It's not that big of a deal. But with this tablet, you do only get one camera. It is the front-facing camera. It isn't good quality, but it's only there for video chat. And right out of the box, you do not get an application to run the camera. You do need an application to run the camera, but there is one in the Google Play Store called Camera Launcher app that will get the camera up and running. And I forgot to mention this tablet right here is running a Google Android 4.1 Jelly Bean. It does have Jelly Bean right out the gate, which is pretty nice. The newest Android operating system. And right out of the box, you will get an update for this tablet to 4.1.1. It doesn't really make a big difference, but you do get an update right out the box for 4.1.1. But right out the box, you do get 4.1 Jelly Bean, which is nice. This is one of the first tablets to get Jelly Bean right out of the box. Only the Nexus series at this current time has Jelly Bean, so the Nexus phones and the Nexus tablet have Jelly Bean. I don't know if they'll make a bigger tablet. But I did heard that they're supposed to be making a 10-inch Nexus, but I'm not quite sure if they're really going to release it or make it. It might be in the works later, but this is their 7-inch model. It does feel nice in the hands, and to be honest, sometimes I wish the tablet was a little bit smaller. Sometimes I do use my iPhone or iPod because it is a little smaller. It is kind of a big size. Some people say 10 inch is way better, but in my opinion, 7 inches, even laying in bed, sometimes feels a little bit too big for me. But honestly, it is a very good size. You can hold it in one hand. And this tablet is going up against the Kindle Nook or Kindle Fire, however you call it. The design of the Nexus 7 tablet looks much like the Kindle Fire, which is as you can tell, it's kind of competing against that. So here's what the tab looks like. On the back of it, you do get that Nexus. It does say Nexus. I forgot to mention this tablet is made by Asus, and it does have one speaker grill at the bottom. Only one speaker grill, so you only get mono playback with this device. You got your standard 3.5mm headphone jack, and you got a micro USB port only for syncing and charging. You can't really get more memory out of this, like I explained. Then on the other side of it, you do got 3 buttons: a rocker switch and an on-off button to turn it off and on and put it on standby, and a rocker switch go up and down the volume. And that's pretty much it. And I forgot to mention, on the back it is more like a rubbery texture, which is really nice. You can see a design; they're like little dots. So anyway, I'll go ahead and power this bad boy on. There's what the new screen, or the new operating system looks like. I'll go ahead and zoom in on that so you can see it. Go ahead and turn it back on. When you unlock it, you do get a new animation with Jelly Bean. Here's what the animation looks like. You can go to Google Now, or you can unlock the device. I'll just go ahead and unlock the device, or the tablet. Anyway, like I said, it is running Jelly Bean, and when you move across each screen, it is a fluid animation. It doesn't really lag, because in this Jelly Bean, they did add a Project Butter, which is supposed to make the tablet more smoother and running nicer without any lag. It is called Project Butter, like smooth as butter, basically. So that's what they did, and it is pretty smooth. You don't see any lag when you move across screens or anything. Very, very fluid. I do like that about this tablet. Anyway, I'll go ahead and show you some apps that come pre-installed in the box. I did add some of these, like Facebook and Netflix, but anyway, most of these are come out of the box. And right out of the box, you do get that Google Chrome web browser. You don't have to pre-install it like the later versions or the earlier versions of Android. This one automatically comes in the box with Google Chrome pre-installed, because it is a Google device, like I said. And anyway, if your world revolves around Google, like Google Plus, YouTube, and all that stuff, Gmail, then you'll feel right at home with this tablet, because it's geared towards Google services anyway. And I did add the Google Play Store. It is no longer called the Android App Store. On the Nexus 7 tablet, it is called the Google Play Store. And what's cool about the Google Play Store is they've actually added stuff like you can now purchase movies, you can now purchase magazines and stuff all in one store, which is really nice. I do like that. I'll go ahead and show you some of the widgets that come pre-installed. Here's some of the widgets that come pre-installed in the box. And in Jelly Bean, they did change it up a little bit. In Jelly Bean, you actually get backgrounds for the widgets. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but these aren't just flat. They do have a background on them. On the screen, they do have a background on the widgets itself. And when you install the widgets on the home screen, other widgets do move out of the way. In Jelly Bean, they did add that, where when you drag a widget around and there's already widgets on the screen, they will move out of the way. I'll go ahead and demonstrate that. I'll just take calendar, for example. It doesn't do it on that screen, but I'll go ahead and demonstrate it. See, the widgets are moving out of the way. They automatically move in Jelly Bean. I won't install this. I won't put this on the home screen. I'll just delete it. And you can resize them on Jelly Bean. There you go. I did remove the app, but as you can see, they do move out of the way. They do move, so you can put them in a spot you want. You don't have to readjust them or anything. They automatically move out of the way when you put a new widget on the screen. On top of the device, you do got your Wi-Fi signal. You do got your battery indicator, and you do got your time. On this device, on the battery indicator, it does not actually show you the percentage. So you do have to find like a battery application in the store that shows the percentage of the battery. It does not come right out of the gate with a percentage application to show you the percentage. It only shows you the battery indicator and how much battery you have. Like, it shows you what level it is, but it doesn't actually say like 85%, 90%. One new thing in Jelly Bean is they do add a new app tray, or notification tray, excuse me. When you swipe it down, it does actually get a little dimmer, and it dims the back. You can still see what you're doing in the back, but it does dim the back of it. And it does say what it does say what network you're running, like what Wi-Fi you're on. There's a nice new tray, and it does got a blue bar just like ice cream sandwich. And I forgot to mention, this does not have any 3G or 4G capability. Google wanted to make it all fully Android, the full Android experience. So they didn't make it have any 3G or 4G from any carrier like Verizon, T-Mobile or anything. Because as you know, cell phone companies actually put their own stuff on the Android operating system, so it doesn't actually feel like full Android. That's why Google didn't want to tether it to any cell phone company to put a cell phone antenna in it. They wanted to give you the full Android experience with this tablet, so that's why you don't get any 3G or 4G. You only got Wi-Fi. That's kind of a downside, but not really. Not too big of a deal, because you know when you're going to buy it, it's only Wi-Fi. I wish it was tethered to a cell phone company. That would have been a little cool, but I understand where Google's coming from, because most of the time when they give Android operating system to a company and they're on a cell phone company, they usually put their own stuff in, like Sense, and they put their own variety and own stuff on it, like Motorola and stuff, and like that Sense stuff from HTC. They all customize it so it doesn't really feel like Android. So anyway, I'll go ahead and load up the web browser. Like I said, this is running a quad-core processor, a Integra quad-core processor, and it's really fast. I'll go ahead and demonstrate that right here on camera. Like I said, you got to use that Google Chrome web browser right out of the box. You can get a different web browser, but standard web browser is Google Chrome. I'll go ahead and load up Yahoo. I'll show you the speeds of this tablet. Very fast. I am impressed with it. Whoops. There's Yahoo loading. It only took about 1 or 2 seconds. Of course, it's not instantly like 1 second or like a blink of an eye. It's not that fast, but it is a pretty fast web browser. I am very pleased with the speeds this device does get. And anyway, it is a multi-touch screen, so you can zoom in and out. And pictures do look very crisp when you zoom in. It is not like getting pixelated when you zoom in, like some stuff. When you zoom in, it gets pixelated. But on this tablet, it does not get pixelated when you zoom in and out. And it is a very fast when you zoom in and out. It's not lagging or chopping or having to load anything else. It is very fast when you zoom in and out. I do like that. The speed is very fast. Anyway, I'll go ahead and load up one more web page to show you the speed of this.